Hi and welcome to this multi-part video series called Phone Right. My name is David Anthony. Now, if this is your first time here, welcome, and do consider subscribing because this channel is all about helping you go further and faster in business and in life. So let's get started.
Welcome back. Well, we've covered a lot of performance standards of outstanding performers fairly quickly, and I'm willing to bet that you have some questions and comments. To help you understand some of the key issues involved, let's look and talk through some of the issues that others who've been through the program have raised and see how closely they match your comments. Now, you'll recall Performance Standard 1 was this: smile to the point of a grin before you answer the phone.
This just makes so much sense. It's the only way I know to show people that you're really welcoming them. And not only that, people can hear that smile on the phone. It helps put them in as positive a frame as possible.
It's so true, isn't it? Let's take our next standard of outstanding performance. It's Performance Standard number 2. Answer the call on the second ring within 3 to 5 seconds.
It makes so much sense too. It shows your team on the pace. It's just annoying waiting for someone to answer. And of course, that 3 to 5 second break gives you time to get your smile on. Not only that, if you answer too quickly, people can be shocked. Answering on that second ring is just right for us.
Well, of course, that does make a lot of sense. But what about those situations where you simply can't get to the phone? For example, let's say you're a receptionist, you're talking on one call, and another one comes in. How do you handle that?
Well, not surprisingly, this is a common question. Lots of people have it. So let's discuss it for a moment. And in discussing it, let's remember one thing. Answering on the second ring is the team objective for all of the reasons we've spoken about. The objective makes sense. So let's see how we can make it happen in the circumstances Joanna described. There are really 3 ways to make it happen. Which way you choose depends totally on your circumstances. For example, let's say you're in a small office or team and that you're the only one there. Then when you're taking a call, simply use a by the way comment like this.
By the way, if you hear another phone ringing in the background, would you mind if I ask you to hold while I get it? I promise not to be long.
You see, that's nice. It's putting the caller in control. But if you haven't had time to do that and you hear another call coming in, it's fairly simple to handle it like this.
Mr. Smith, can I ask you to hold for a moment while I take another call? I promise I'll be really quick.
And of course, when you get back to Mr. Smith, please don't say, sorry to keep you waiting. Use the opportunity to give a positive stroke like this.
Thank you for holding on, Mr. Smith. Now, you were mentioning...
Now, in a small or intermediate-sized office, you have at least one other option as well. You see, given that we understand that this truly is a team play, then you can simply have a rule that says if any one of us hears a phone ringing more than twice, we pick it up. Now, that happens to be precisely what we do in our offices around the world, by the way. No one is above or excluded from using the standards. Not only that, when I answer a call directly, as in, "Good morning, Results Accountant Systems, this is Paul Dunn," I get to keep very close to clients that way, and it really surprises them. Please understand this very clearly. No one is above answering a phone, and no one is above doing it within 2 rings. Now, of course, you can do all of these things in a larger office environment as well. But often in larger offices, everything is funneled through a receptionist or director of first impressions, as we prefer to call them. So if you're getting lots of times when the 2-call situation happens, maybe an extra person makes sense in that larger office environment. It's a question of balancing the costs of doing that against the cost of not delighting visitors. Now, if you're like most people, the one thing that raised most questions was this performance standard. Performance standard number 3. You'll recall, good morning, then the company name, then the words "this is," and then your first and last name. Now, more than likely, it's this name issue that you focused on, and I promise you we'll get to that really soon. Let's first, though, run through the other areas of this standard so that we can get total clarity on them. The good morning or good afternoon is not an issue, but do notice it must come before anything else. And that's because people very rarely hear the first words you use on a phone. And if you want to go beyond the standard with something like this...
Thank you for calling Lighthouse Communications. This is Barbara Prestia.
Well, that's fine too. So let's move now to look at the company name part of the standard. And as we do, recognise, please, it's only used if you're the first person taking the call. That is to say, you can skip the company name if the call is being transferred to you. Notice as well that the departmental name is optional. You see, all of these answers here are absolutely in line with the standard.
Good morning, ABC Company. This is Barbara Prestia.
Good morning, Results Accountant Systems. This is Paul Dunn.
Good evening, Rubber Television. This is Jeremy Norton.
Good afternoon, Jones and Partners. This is Deborah Thomas.
Good morning, this is Paul Raleigh.
Now, as we discuss this very important performance standard, I want us to focus on these two words here. You know, it's amazing just how critical they are. Please make sure you use them all of the time. You see, the words act as a tremendous trigger. To put that another way, the moment the caller hears, "Good morning, ABC Company, this is," then at that precise moment, they know that a name is about to come. And perhaps, quite surprisingly, there's a physiological thing that goes on. Many times the caller will automatically give you their name right back. You see, that's because our normal response to someone using their name to us is to use our name right back to them. For example, if I were able to reach out from this TV set, shake your hand and say, "Hello, I'm Paul Dunn," then given that you did want to meet me, you'd probably respond, "Hello, Paul, I'm," whatever your first and last names are. Now let me stress that getting the name back like this is not the main reason you give your name out, but it is an interesting bonus. It means you can now use the name and build more rapport. You'll find more and more people will respond to you using their full name over time as well. But the main point here is using the "this is." Without the "this is," callers just aren't physiologically ready for your name. So please make sure you use these two magic words just like outstanding performers do. You'll find, as they have, that they make a significant difference to the rewards and results you get. Take a break, discuss all the things we've gone through, and I'll join you back here really soon.
I hope you got a lot of value today. If you did, click the like button. What that does is help us build our non-profit business school, UBLA. Check out in the description below to find out more about what we're doing and how you can help. This is part of a multi-part series, so keep your eye out for the next video. In the meantime, we've done a great playlist about why do small businesses fail. Check this link over here, and this will show you a great little list about how you can be successful in business. So thank you very much. Catch you again soon.
People in the bar line